Yeah, you already know what it is, man. It's your boy Frank Nino, making moves in entertainment. And I'm here at Mr. Crack. Mr. Crack got one of the hottest mixtape series in the streets right now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm here with this guy. And I know the streets got a lot of questions, a lot of things that I gotta get cleared up. So what's going on, Mr. Crack, man?
Man, I'm just chilling right now, getting ready to drop these new titles, about like 12 new mixtapes and stuff. So, gearing up and about to drop that on the streets this week.
Okay, no doubt. Now the people are wondering what's going on because they know the voice, man. They know the Mr. Crack voice. No, that's Ron Paul. So let the people know what's going on with that. I already know what's going on, but let people know what made you stop doing the Ron Paul thing, stop rapping, and transition into the Mr. Crack situation.
Well, right now I look at it from the perspective that I've been doing the music shit for like 5 years, and at the time I got in and was looking at the game, the mixtapes was the number one thing on the streets as far as, up and coming new artists from Max B to Uncle Murder, to 50 Cent. So I wanted to get in that lane, but as the internet came along and stuff, it took away that young fan base where you got the teenagers now, they're not buying music, they just downloading it for free. So as the game keeps switching, gravitating towards the free downloads, it's taking away the young kids that you need to start to build a fan base off of, because the older people, you're gonna have a fight really to get people like in their mid-20s, 30s, and 40s to go to the club. And the mixtape game don't work if you're not getting people into the club, but the younger kids are more excited to go to the club. So that's why you got artists like Lil B, Chief Keef, and Lil Durk. They could get hot on the internet and start doing shows because they're not relying on the old fan base. So, I looked at it from that perspective. If I can't get my music on the internet to the top sites like that, and I'm only getting it on the mixtapes, I'm gonna have a hard fight, even though I know people is fucking with what I'm doing and shit in the music, but it's just gonna be a fight. So, I decided like I'm gonna back out of it and focus on new artists, but I'm gonna get into the Mr. Crack zone since I've been doing that.
Okay. Now throughout the mixtape Hip Hop Crack series, you had different hosts, different various voices doing the voiceovers for you and all that. Like, can you explain that to the people? Like, why were you doing that for?
Well, at the time I was looking like I'ma just focus on doing Ron Paul and shit, but so I didn't want people to lump me in like being the mixtape DJ and the rapper. I just wanted to focus on being a rapper. So I had, my boy Bootsy do the voices on them so I could just play the background role, because I didn't want Mr. Crack to overwhelm Ron Paul and shit. So as it's doing right now, because now I got mad people coming up to me saying it drops for the Mr. Crack mixtapes and stuff. So I just let Bootsy take over that and let him do it. But now, since I'm backing out, it's like a lot of stuff I want to say on the intros and stuff, and Bootsy can't do it sometimes and stuff, so, or it's taking too long to get it done. So I just said, I'm gonna take it over instead of just letting him do it. So, to me, I feel like I'm the voice of the streets now since the mixtapes is getting back popping and shit. So that's how I'm looking at it.
Okay. So during the Hip Hop Crack series, you had Trigger, you had Keys. Are you still gonna be working with these dudes continuously through the rest of the, however long you do the rest of these mixtapes?
Well, Keys is always gonna be there, cause he's been there for the longest and shit, so he's not going anywhere. Trigger, no, I'm not gonna do it with Trigger. It's just like, a work ethic that conflicts with each other. I'm trying to get stuff done fast and stuff, and he taking his time, and so that didn't work out. But Keys, and plus he gave me some advice, the best advice I remember, like when I decided to stop doing mixtapes and stuff, he told me like, yo, don't ever stop doing mixtapes again, even if you rapping. The only time you stop is when you blow up and you make it, but as you still grinding coming up, you need to still be doing the mixtapes, just play the background role, because even if the rap don't work out, you'll still have the mixtapes to fall back on and do it, and that's what exactly going on right now.
That's what's going on right now.
Yep, so the best advice that he gave me doing this mixtape stuff, because now I can fall back from Ron Paul, but I got Mr. Crack already popping in the street, so, it's a good thing.
Okay. So what's your whole outlook on the mixtape game right now, this day and age versus like 10 years ago?
this day and age, you know, like I said, you missing that young fan base and where people could get music. So it's kind of like, you know, the numbers are down, but it's not down to the extent that people like to think. Like, a lot of people think the CD game is dead when it's not and stuff. But, you know, back in the day, you know, the numbers was crazy. And plus, you know, the streets had to get the music on the CDs from the DJs. So, you know, everything right now is a factor with, you know, the downloads, and then you got the bootlegs and stuff that's taking away the numbers. So, you know, but today, like, regardless, it's still popping because, you know, just working with different people. When I got people like you that's up in Mass, I got people like Keys that's doing Rhode Island and, you know, Worcester and stuff, and I'm doing Connecticut and New York and stuff, you know, so, and New Jersey, so it's like reaching different areas. So, you know, it's still popping, and the numbers that's going out today is still crazy. Like, if anybody that's really in the game knows what's going on, but people on the streets don't know because they ain't traveling nowhere. But to me, the shit is still popping. When I got people on the streets coming up to me saying Mr. Crack drops and shit, and, you know, the numbers are still going up for certain CDs, I mean, the game is still popping. To me, that's how I see it.
It's popping. And not to only mention that you only DJ, the mixtape DJ, I got the DVD series too as well, as far as the mixtape series too. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely a good look. Like, a lot of DJs ain't doing that. Like, you got the videos with the interviews on it, and you can go every 2-3 weeks. You got the mixtape dropping, Hip Hop Crack series. So it's like you got all grounds covered, you know. So definitely things look like it's moving. And
hold on. I want to say fuck that nigga out of New York that's biting my DVD. You know, nobody was doing videos and interviews. I can't even remember the nigga name and stuff or whoever. That the name of that series, but niggas is already biting my shit, and I only been doing it for like a few years. But that's
let's get it clear. We're talking about the format, because people was doing DVDs with videos and interviews on it, but not separated to the point where you go to the menu and you can go to the part where it says videos and watch straight 25, 30 videos. Then you can click over to the interviews and watch straight 10, 15 interviews.
Well,
separate on the same DVD. That was something that you came up with.
But this is the thing. Yes to that, to what you're saying, but it's still more that they used to do the DVDs before, but they would put a little bit of videos in there. That's when you had the Smacks and the Sub-Zeros and the Come Up. They didn't have a lot of videos. They didn't have 30 videos.
That's what I'm saying. The way you separated it.
I separated it, and now you got some. They didn't even put the video track list in the back. They kept that. Yeah. It was just the headlines or the titles of the interviews and stuff. But, you know, to have somebody, and then they bite in the cover the way they put the titles on the front of it and the videos on the back. So, you know, that lets me know that what I'm doing is working. So,
okay, no doubt. So, you know what it is, man. It's your boyfriend, you know, Making Moves Entertainment, Mr. Ron Paul, but now transition to Mr. Crack. We here in the motherfucking building, man. Holla at us. It's that big water. We flooded New England.